It's the Kauffie Company. The Santa's doing his rounds, fans of Lincolns and Browns. Don't be sorry if you missed it. Kit Kat is a biscuit. It's the Kauffie Company. Whoa. It's the Kauffie Company. Whoa. It's the Kauffie Company. Oh yeah, baby, smell the brew. It's the Kauffie Company, and it's shipping to you. Kauffie. Kauffie Company. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the Kauffie Company. Whoa. It's the Kauffie Company. Whoa. Coffee.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're early. Welcome back to your place of chill. That is the Kauffie Company. It is Tuesday, the 10th of March. We're here early. Thank you to Mr. Sava for the raid. There are 85 of you. There was a bit more. Sorry, I have to run the intros because I had to get everything set up. I had to run it. But I'm back. It's a lovely day. It is Tuesday, the 10th of March, and it's quite a nice... It is warm. I'm going to put the aircon on. Lucky for some, innit? Put the old aircon on. Do it. There we go. There we go. There's the aircon. We're cool down. We're now back. Good to see you, everyone. Hopefully you're all well. Sorry to go early, but we'll go for half an hour longer because we started 20 minutes early. We'll go 20 minutes longer. It's an XL stream. But hopefully everyone's well. Hopefully everyone is well. Yeah, Spurs are playing Atletico Madrid tonight. And you know what? I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a shit if Spurs are playing tonight. I think it's a bit... I don't care. I'm happy to say that. I will say, I do not care that Spurs are playing tonight. I really don't care. Because part of me believes that Spurs are going to win tonight. And that's not me being Delulu. And I know people are, Kauffie or Delulu. What are you thinking? You're mad. You're stupid. Delulu. Part of me thinks Spurs will win tonight. You know what? It might be. I'm going to take the jumper off as well. It's too warm. It's too warm. Aha. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, everyone. It's so much I don't care. I'm wearing another football team's jersey. I'm wearing my Inter Miami jersey. Excuse me to my American followers. I like this shirt. It was 15 quid in Primark, and it's the most comfortable shirt I own almost. But without further ado, I really need to make a coffee because I started early. I'm going to be joined. There he is. Oh, no. His brother's here as well. Oh, for God's sake, it's his brother. I'm joined by the Isaacs brothers. For God's sake. Right, boys.
Trouble alooms.
Best behaviour, boys. We're live on stream. Good to see you, boys. The best behaviour.
We got Percy Pigs. Celebrate. That's our final European away game tonight. Might as well.
Not kosher, but I respect it. Sit down, boys.
Every non-kosher Jew.
Yes. Everyone loves a Percy pig. We're here in the house. Sit down, Ryan. Take a seat there. We're going to have some coffees and talk about how shit Tottenham Hotspur are. We're here.
Go on, I was jumping.
We're here. Best behaviour. I have to tell him that 3 million times. But
What's defined bad behaviour?
the way you speak.
Yeah,
You-
not until we get demonetized.
I'm
Are
getting.
you live yet?
Yeah, he's
I'm
now.
live now in front of 66 people. But let's see who's in the house to take us through the show. Sava Raid, big up to Sava for sending over the peeps. Fuck off, Swifty. He said, go live, Ben, or Ben out. Fuck off, Swifty. Good to see you, chaps. Good to see you. Ian Ferguson's in the house. Good to see you. YouTube member. Shem Tang's in the house. Angie Boy's in the house. And he's saying it's raining in Spain. I don't think it matters, does it? If it's
No,
raining.
it's-
It's tears.
It's brought our mood there.
It's tears. It's
And
tears. Mr. Jason Bell's in the house. Drew La La is in the house. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. It's full spring out here. Big up to you. Big up. Boo. It's the most comfortable shirt on the planet. I don't care. I bought this for 13 quid in Primark. Into Miami shirt.
It's Miami.
Big up.
Do you know where Miami is, Ryan?
Yeah, Florida.
He's right. When you're right, you're right.
He found it for a second as well.
When you're right, you're right. Into Miami is a class top. Early start. What's going on, Ben? Big up, Darren. Good to see you. Oh, damn, you got CM Punk there. Yes, we do. We do.
Angus in the chat.
Early start. What's going on? Big up, big up, big up. Who's that guy? It's big up. It's my centre midfielder. Big up, big up. I almost bought a knockoff Messi kit. That spelled it Messi, 100%. We're going to do a Streamhausen. We're going to do a Streamhausen.
You are cursed.
Yes, or you are cursed.
We already are as Spurs fans.
We are, 100%. Copies, boys.
Yes. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a normal coffee.
Let's do it.
The outside's on the chocolate.
No, that's capture. Well, it's not. It's a mocha. Do you want chocolate? Do you want a mocha?
I can have a mocha.
Yeah. You
I have a
still?
normal coffee.
Yeah. All right. Sorted.
Have we got
Do we actually have to talk about Tottenham? I know Sava has given us a raid, and we have to talk about Tottenham. Do we have to talk about Tottenham?
No.
We've got 66 people watching you make us a coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
61 now.
So they're like, well, fuck this. Fuck this Streamhausen. Conor Gallagher hat trick tomorrow, 100% tonight, 100%.
No.
100%.
He's not been as good as I thought he'd be when I wanted him.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! You backtracker!
Everyone remembers my times on this stream when I was calling for Conor Gallagher. He was Chelsea.
Everyone remembers.
No, I thought underhand he would have been excellent.
Probably would have been.
Yeah. He's got the legs to run.
What's everyone doing? Shut up, Ryan. Yes, 100. Let's talk about college basketball. I don't know anything about college basketball. I don't know
I
anything.
saw the Miami team gone undefeated in America, and they've got like the best record in history for that undefeated 31 games.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. But it's mocha. But oh, Leo, big up, sir. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully everyone's well. I might start calling it a Streamhausen.
I think it works.
So funny. We can talk about it because I don't care. But remember how Brian had a meltdown over Danhausen. Danhausen's already investing on the program.
You know what he needs? Him and R-Truth together.
No,
Why not?
it's Danhausen's already funny enough.
Yeah, but them two together would be class.
I need him with The Rock.
You mean call him Rock the Dwayne Johnson?
Mm.
Because that's what he calls him, Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
That's quite non-PG, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. But we're
The thing with Danhausen is his entry into WWE was awful. It shouldn't have been done like that.
Should be much in
boys, I'm going 3-1 Spurs. Big up. So if you want to jump on the show, Mr. Flower Power, so you can roast Ryan for the entire show.
It's okay, I'll roast him about Vicario. Worst goalkeeper we've ever had.
Yeah.
The worst goalkeeper we've ever had. James, it's okay to backtrack. I backtracked on Vicario. He was great first season, but when he broke his ankle, that was the end of it. He is shocking.
We're gonna have an argument.
I'm ready for him to come on the show.
Then
In
in
5,
fact, Lucas
4,
Tupper.
3, 2, 1.
He's gonna be in a minute. Fuck off, Ryan.
Absolutely shocking.
Then in Lucas Tupper.
Yeah. Can't say that.
Ian
Is that
Walker.
really that bad to say?
Can't say that.
Is that actually really
Ian
that bad?
Walker is better than Vicario.
Casey Canner's better than Vicario. Casey Canner's better than Vicario.
You should actually get Kinski, a proper guy.
No.
One bad
He's
game.
not good enough either.
He's 22 though.
We got Austin, might as well. He did well in his first Premier game.
Yeah, he did.
No biscuits?
No, we're not.
I don't have any biscuits.
That is downright shocking for a coffee shop to not have biscuits.
Wait nonsense.
I've got Kit Kats, but
That works. They're a biscuit.
no, they're not.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
They've got crumbs.
I'm just gonna end you on the stream.
It's got
Won't
crumbs.
be the first person to think about doing that.
Right.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Yes, it would be.
Just sat there.
The goat. Hugo Gomez or Vicario. I'm taking you over Vicario at this moment, mate. I'm taking
I'd
you.
back myself.
I'd back you over Vicario.
I actually won a trophy man of the match in the final back in primary school.
Big up primary school.
Well, that's a bit outrageous. We don't need talking about kids.
You can say that. That's yours, Ryan.
Thank you.
The go. 100% the go.
Michelle Vaughan wasn't too good, especially right at the end.
Oh, Michelle Vaughan was awful.
Especially against Norwich.
I'd still have him over Vicario.
I don't know if I would.
At least Michelle Vaughan can keep a clean sheet.
There we go. I can make myself one now.
You got yourself a new coffees in, didn't you?
We've had a few new coffees in. We've had a few new coffees. I'll go in goal to get you relegated. I still think you did better than Vicario, to be honest, Angus. I don't think Spurs need help getting relegated. I don't think we need help.
What was the first show after Bilbao? I need to go back and have a watch of the first show after Bilbao,
That
don't
was
I?
great. That was fun.
Miles wasn't there. Miles didn't want to go to Bilbao. He was terrified.
I have a question. You've got a question. Kinski is a must. I don't think Kinski is a must. I think he's crap as well.
So if we go Barcelona, yes.
Graham ate all the Kit Kats.
So if we,
Open the Percy pizza.
yeah,
Open the Percy pizza.
my question to you is:
Yeah.
if we go to if we get through and draw Barcelona, would you going out there?
No. I'm not spending any more money on this Tottenham team. I'm not giving them any more money.
I've given him like 10 grand, haven't I?
Already. 10 grand. That's the season ticket price. It's. I'm not going to.
Are you renewing?
Oh, 100%. You can borrow Kepa. Kepa is back. Who has kept the most clean sheet in the Champions League? It is Vicario. And that is a fact.
Who have we played?
Teams that are better than us.
Well, at least we both have done in the semi.
How we didn't lose to Bodo Glimt. Vicario.
The one thing I'll say about Vicario is he's never had a stable back four in front of him.
100%. 100%. I agree with you.
Still not a valid excuse for how
Yeah.
kept the ball.
On the ball, he is the
Well, we're
worst.
going to talk about our two centre backs now because I'm going to roast them. Because it's rumoured today, it came out from David Goatstein, as he's like to know.
Ornstein put something out.
Ornstein put out today. Oh no, it was Fabrizio Romano. Sorry, excuse me. It was Fabrizio Romano put out a tweet today about Romero. And according to Fabrizio Romano,
He's not put anything out.
he did earlier. I saw it on Facebook.
All right. Sometimes he doesn't put always everything on his.
I even took a screenshot of it.
Maybe he blocked you.
Fabrizio Romano, 4 hours ago. Today. Christian,
Reports the Telegraph.
the Telegraph is
Yeah,
usually,
that was.
it's usually pretty
What
good.
was it?
If Fabrizio Romano
What was it? The Telegraph said what?
that
Matt
Romero
Law.
is
It
leaving
was
this
Matt Law.
season,
In other news, the
That's
grass
it.
is really
Tottenham,
inside
yeah.
blue.
Tottenham increasingly believe that a parting of ways with Coutinho Romero at the end of the season may be best for all parties.
James Flower Power is sending the link. Vicario is not the keeper I thought he'd turn into. No, yep. Good to see you, Ryan G. Hopefully you're well. Oh, Flower Power's coming on to end you. He's coming on to end you, Ryan.
Many have tried and many have failed.
It's the opposite, Ryan. You're like
Tottenham are expected to be open to offers for a number of players, acknowledging that the only way to create new culture is through major changes. It could take as many as 3 windows to transform Spurs into a position the club wants, but they may cash in on Vicario and Pedro Porro this summer.
That is true. Mauricio Pochettino is watching tonight's game. Mauricio Pochettino is watching tonight's game, and he was serenaded by fans on the plane. Just bring him home. Bring him home. I'm loading WhatsApp, Mr. Flower Power. Good to see you, F. Sank. Hopefully you're well. Who's the top 3 best goalkeepers? I couldn't tell you. Raya's one of them. I still think Manuel Neuer is one of them.
Donnarumma.
Donnarumma, Raya, and Alisson and Raya in those 3.
I don't think Raya's top 3 yet.
Raya is in top 3.
I don't think he's top 3 yet. I think he's 4 or 5.
Bring our king home. It will really upset Eugene, but big up Eugene. He's on the plane. Bring him home.
Why would it upset Eugene? I know you
because he doesn't want managers that that didn't win anything, and a lot of people.
Managers are we going to attract?
That's the problem. We've had this conversation.
Klopp wants to come back to he loves the club and he wants to fix the mess that the board caused.
Sure.
We've
had this conversation. We've had this conversation now. And Spurs fans are saying, "Oh, what's he won? What's he won? What's he won?"
What have we won with any other manager apart from Ange?
Yeah,
and that's because Ange sacrificed the league, and he did sacrifice.
And if you look at fair play to him, he did a bloody good job winning that. Played some shocking teams, but he won the trophy. If you look at Spurs in the league from his season, Spurs are 17th.
Yeah, and I
17th.
The one thing I do agree though is. He is the catalyst of this because we were accepting losses and accepting failure.
It's not all his fault.
No.
Not all his fault.
Ange was the catalyst of this for almost.
I'm not going to say I'm going to back him in this situation because, like all other Spurs managers, he asked for certain players,
yes,
and he wasn't given them.
Yes, I agree, but also you've got to understand that this, I think, is a continuation of what happened last season, league form wise. That we were accepting failure, accepting losses,
but
defending losses. It's
one of those things that there's no official science. At the end of the day, Ange could have been a really good success at Spurs, and that's hindsight talking. That's hindsight. But imagine if he was given last year's Conor Gallagher rather than Lucas Bergvall. And I like Lucas Bergvall, but he's
Lucas not. Bergvall was his first winter, so he joined.
But imagine if he was given a Conor Gallagher when he was doing well, a Kudus instead of a Timo Werner. So I know this is all hindsight, and people are going to be like, "You're giving Ange too much credit," and I'm not giving him credit. I'm saying. I'm not blaming Ange for the reason we're in the position. Ange is about 5% of the problem. The problem is the board for we've been at protests where there was only 6 of us, and we were saying for years, and people
half of them are in this room,
and people laughed at us saying we could go down, and people laughed at us, and we're going to be joined by Flower Power now.
Oh no,
he's going to wreck you.
Go on then. No, because me and him we were the ones bigging up Vicario against Daigle when we first signed it. We were the only 2 staunch Flower Powers, Vicario lovers.
And Conor Gallagher, in fairness.
Yeah, Conor Gallagher as well. And to be fair, I'm still on the Conor Gallagher hype train, but I just feel like he still needs time.
Welcome back to the show, Flower Power. What's your overall position on tonight's game? Are you in the same boat as me where I'm thinking I don't want Spurs to even play a single first team player. I think we should can off the Champions League, not get any more players injured, and just say We've got to stay in the Premier League.
Disagree.
We've got to stay in the Premier League.
I think we've got a free hit this week because we've got Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah.
There's no free
Let's
hit.
go for
We need points.
No, let's go for it.
We need-
No, I don't agree. I don't agree.
We've got.
But we win tonight. With Ben. We win tonight. Changes everything for the whole season, in my opinion. But we have to win, obviously. You play all the kids. Not only are you ruining the first team, now the kids are.
If the kids get battered, what does it do for their confidence? You're checking them in Madrid. Come on now.
I just
Play
say
well tonight, win tonight. It's a free hit tonight, complete free hit. If we actually put in a performance and a result, yes, I'll be pissed off because I'll be like, "Where's that been for the whole season?"
That's my whole point.
Yeah,
Spurs
you can't
will win.
think like that. You got to think now and then.
But
now for the future.
That's
We win, it doesn't matter if we rest players for Anfield. We're getting slapped up at Anfield.
But I will say,
I
don't think we are.
We're getting rock bottomed, and we're then put in the corner and having the stink face shoved in our face at Anfield.
if Wolves, big up to Ryan, if Wolves can beat Liverpool, we've got a chance.
That was at Anfield.
I know, but it can happen anywhere. Liverpool have put.
We've won 6 times there in our entire history.
Yes,
we have conceded
3 times.
We have conceded.
Ryan, seven.
In our last 4 visits to Anfield, we have conceded 13 goals.
The reason I'm saying 7 is because we're going to win this weekend.
We're going to get
big up to you. Big up, Flower Power.
The Forest, and personally, I wouldn't, and I still wouldn't sack Schuder yet. I would sack him after Anfield because I don't want to bring in a new manager away at Liverpool.
I agree with
exactly
you.
What I said.
Give the new manager.
I said the same for Arsenal, by the way.
The minute we get battered at Anfield, the minute we get battered at Anfield, I would sack him an hour later, similar to what Ange had. He didn't even have time to do the post-match interview. He was sacked 7 or 9.
He was sacked in the tunnel, wasn't he?
He was sacked 9 minutes after the final whistle. So I would do that to Tudor once we get battered.
You know what? Fair play to him for taking the job on, though, because no one else would have taken this job. He's taken the job. It's too big a job for him.
It's not too big of a job.
See,
for
me,
it's not in terms of the club, but in terms of the situation, it's too big of a job for him. So
for me, I sack him on this squad.
Who would you bring in, by the way? Because Harry Redknapp's now no longer an option.
Why?
Because he's going on I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, but that's not until November.
He said yes to I'm a Celebrity before Tottenham. That's how in the mud we're in.
So
I'm a Celeb's November, December.
No. They're doing similar to last year where they did the best campmates. So it's pre-recorded. It's already been done. It was done last year, but the final is live, and that's the 29th of April or something.
I think
so. He can't do the job.
He could.
I don't want him anyway.
I would.
Who would you have? Because it's got to be a Spurs.
I told this to Graham yesterday. Flower. I said I want a trio. This is more than
and Robbie Keane.
No, Robbie Keane's not. I want Harry Redknapp, Glenn Hoddle, and Tim Sherwood in. I want 3 managers.
No.
You want him to have another one?
He won't have. This will be easy for him. I want all 3 of them.
You're thinking nostalgic. You're a Spurs fan. Romero.
I am.
I would get Jurgen Klinsmann.
No, he's shit.
Romero don't care about Spurs. Doggy don't care about Spurs. These
Romero does care about Spurs.
I'm more in the lines of like Harry Redknapp. Harry Redknapp to us is not Harry Redknapp to Romero. For me personally,
does care about Tottenham. Okay, he just hates the
personally.
ball.
I think he's a wanker. I think he's a wanker.
If Tudor picks a correct starting lineup, I have no problem with him staying. But this whole fucking circles and square holes, it just doesn't make sense. If he goes with a back 5,
right wing back.
That was unbelievable, wasn't it? That was very silly, wasn't it?
If he goes Van der Ven, Danso, Romero, Spence, and Porro, and then Gallagher, Polina, and stuff, I'm happy with him to stay. My issue has been he's actually selection. I don't think that it's his tactics. His tactics are press, but he's just playing everybody out of position. That's the problem. If he actually puts me in the right position, who knows?
We've got Steve D. Good to see you, buddy. Couldn't care less about tonight. It only benefits selfish players that are only interested in putting themselves in the shop window. Totally agree with you. It's a distraction from the only battle that matters. I totally agree with you.
I don't understand how any of them could be put in the shop window. They see how poor they are. Like in the defense, I don't see Liverpool really going to spend 100 mil on Van der Ven when we can see how.
So you wouldn't take the Champions League and go down there, Ben? No.
We're not going to win the Champions League. We're not going to win it.
That's not why I asked. That's not why I asked.
Yeah.
What did you ask?
Am I going to?
Would you take the Champions League if it means going down?
Yes.
No.
The game is about glory.
Because I think it would do more damage for us than it would do good.
Yeah, but we would be the champions of Europe 2 years running.
Yes, I know.
The only reason I would take it because I could rub it into Angus's face, even though we went down. Yeah. Even if we're in the Championship, I could rub it in his face. How it would
work next season because Championship games and Champions League games overlap each other.
We couldn't do it.
We couldn't do it, or we'd be forced to play one starting 11 and then the kids in the other, similar to what Liverpool did when they were in the Club World Cup, and the next day they were away at Villa.
I just don't think they will allow us. I don't think they allow team. It's never happened before.
They've had it in the Europa League, obviously, when Wigan won the FA Cup and went down.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
The word you're looking for is Spursy.
There's a map. There is indeed. Yeah.
But honestly, Liverpool's a free hit. Tonight's a free hit. Personally, I'd rather get absolutely battered tonight than just lose by the odd goal, because then at least we can sort of forget about next week's second leg. If we're going to lose, I want us to lose badly so we have no hope whatsoever.
It's all the eggs have to be on the basket of staying in the league.
I don't think we're good enough to stay in the league. That's my problem.
It's a problem, isn't it?
We're staying up, boys. We're staying up. We're staying up.
Based on what, James?
When we get Kudus back in the team, I think Kudus makes us a much better team.
And I was working out. I did ask. I'm not sure if it's actually correct, but I was working out. Maddison, when he done his injuries, they said 8 to 9 months, and then it takes 3 months of being on the field to recover fully. 8 to 9 months is end of March, start of April, and he was on the. He did that YouTube video where he was on the grass 2 months ago. So in theory, if everything goes well, you would think that he would be back in April, which is
Kulu's going back in for second surgery.
Yeah, he's done as a footballer, in my opinion.
Well, Ronaldo came back from the same injury.
He wasn't Ronaldo anyway.
Ronaldo's a freak. I think Kulusevski is a massive miss for this team because he's the only player in the team.
Rubbish.
He's the only player in this team that can hold on to the football.
No way. Every time he played, every week, everyone slated him, but now he's not here.
I never slated him. The KDL
because we have the likes of Tells and Odebirds. Everyone's now making out that he's world class. The guy was
I'm not saying he's world class.
He's way better than
me. I'm not saying he's. What I'm saying is he's one of our only players that can hold on to a football. Madison
he would have
as
played
well.
right mid anyway. Kudus holds the ball up better than Kudu.
I'd rather him play in the 10 at the moment, or I'd rather have Madison on the left. I'd have Kulusevski in the 10, and then
Kudus on the left. Kulusevski.
No, Kudus on the left isn't a good idea.
At least because he's left-footed.
Our best three is Kudus, Madison, Xavi. They're the best three behind the striker. So Kudu don't get in. He's not as good. Everyone now is making out that he's some absolute hero. He was rubbish when we had him. He gave the ball away every time he touched the ball. He held on for it too long.
Not every time.
No, stop talking out your ass.
I'm going to get Phil P to come to Norwich. Phil P's going to turn. Phil P's going to turn.
Okay, James. You think we're going to stay up? Okay, we're currently 1 point clear at the moment. We're on 29 points. How many points do we need to guarantee survival, in your opinion?
So we did this the other day. I think you need. Yeah, how many do you think we need? I'll tell you who I think where we're going to win. But
yeah, how many points do you think we need?
I think we need 12.
12. So you think
agree.
41 guarantees? So 40 sends you down.
Yeah,
40 points will send you down.
Yeah, I think there or thereabouts. Yeah, because I think.
Okay, then we're down.
Then they're let off.
Okay, so we need 41 points. We need 12 points. Where are we getting those 12 points from?
Forest is the most important.
Everton.
Everton at home last day. That's 3 points or a point.
No, 3 points. 3 points. We'll have Madison back by then and Kudos. So Everton,
Wolves.
Who else we got? Leeds.
And I think we beat Nottingham Forest as well.
There you go. There's 12. We're staying up, boys.
We're staying up.
Okay. Now the logical Spurs fan. We lose to Forest. I think we beat Leeds because Leeds will be open. They don't normally sit back; they go for it. So I think that'll suit us if we score first. So Leeds is 3 points that where I see. I see Wolves is an interesting one because they knew they were down in December or November, December time. So it's a free hit and they're starting to play well at the moment.
Yeah.
And have you seen their run of fixtures to the end of the season? I guarantee they think they could still stay up with their running.
Oh, there goes Flower Power. He's been cut out, but we'll talk about it.
Have a look at Wolves' fixtures to the end of the season.
Wolves could stay up.
Yeah.
If they continue on the form they're in.
Have a look at their running and tell me they couldn't get.
That's what
15 to 20
that's
points.
what Graham said yesterday. Yeah. He reckons that West Ham and Spurs will go down and Wolves will stay up.
Wolves could stay up. Have a look. James, have you seen Wolves?
No chance.
Have you seen Wolves' running?
Mate, have you seen how bad they are? They've just won a couple of games.
Yeah, they're starting to click now. They've won 3 on the bounce.
Wolves are staying up.
Yeah.
They're not staying up.
I see 3 points against Leeds. I don't see us beating Forest. I really don't. Unless we change manager.
We might get a point against Forest.
I don't see us even getting a point against Forest.
That's like
Yeah.
That gives us an extra game in hand.
Yeah, I know.
So crucial.
Yeah, I know. But I don't see us beating Forest. I really don't. And that's going to be the key.
Okay, so
Like, Leeds is 3 points for me. I think we draw at Wolves.
Yep, 4.
And I'm
Everton?
struggling.
Everton at home.
I said this, and this would be the most Spursy way to go down. Okay, if Chelsea beat us, we go down. We go to Stamford Bridge and win and keep it alive. And all we have to do is draw or beat Everton.
We just need to get a point at Chelsea, which we probably won't.
And let's say we beat Chelsea, you know. And then all we need to do is get a point against
but
Everton.
What
lose to
the Spurs fan in me tells me, because we're Tottenham,
we'll beat Chelsea and lose to Everton.
We'll beat Chelsea, we'll beat Liverpool and lose every other game.
Yeah.
And go down.
Yeah.
That's the type of team Tottenham are.
Nah, we're staying up. We're staying up. We're staying up.
What percentage are you that we go down? Because Stel said he's 50-50.
I would say I'm 25%.
25.
It's going to be. It's about that 25% chance.
I'm 60% that we go down. That's much higher.
You know when we play, 100%. I want Arsenal to win 20-0 against West Ham. Yes, I did say that. What if the last day of the season City are relegated and we stay up? They give a massive points deduction to City and we stay up.
Yeah, it's funny. The bookies still have City at like 10, 11 to 1 to go down. And you're thinking, why are they 10 or 11 to 1? Well, they must know something we don't.
I don't know.
Yeah. Obviously, I want Arsenal to win. By the way, because I was absolutely rooting for a City goal against Forest, and I was surrounded by Arsenal fans, and they were like saying, "Oh, you only want City to win the league because to win the game to stop us winning the league." I was like, "Absolutely fucking! Have you seen the
100% right? 100% right."
No, I wanted City to win that game to stop Forest getting a point.
Yeah,
I think the worst thing for Arsenal was us to get relegated because it's the first time they'd win the trophy, a Prem title during the social media era, and if we went down, all the focus is on us, and no one gives a shit about them.
Yeah,
and it would loudly infuriate them.
Give it a week, and then they'll have the Champions League as well.
How can you? We it's still.
That's it exactly. How only 25%?
You've got me. It's a logical. I think
60%.
when we get
because I think the moment we win one game, we will then raise our levels. I know for me, Romero's an absolute dickhead, but he's so good in big games. He's so good in big games. Every game is going to be like a big game. That Forest game, they're going to know that's a big game. So I think
that's the game that Romero gets sent off because he kicks Murillo.
No, that's the game that Romero misses because if he plays against at Liverpool and gets a yellow, he's out.
No, that's that.
Would you rest?
Two.
Would you rest? Yeah,
no, he needs 2 yellows.
No, he's on 9 at the moment.
He's on 9.
I read earlier he needed 2.
No, he needs only 1. He's 1 yellow away. He's on 9. So would you play him at Anfield? I wouldn't.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game
you
you
have
don't
to.
play him. The game you don't play him is against Forest.
No, you have to play him against Forest because we don't have anyone else.
But he will end up kicking a Brazil because Liverpool don't have any Brazilian players.
I don't care.
If he kicks them, he's to injure them, right? It makes sense. If we lose our back, lose their best centre
What if Romero pops up with a header and we win 1-0 at Liverpool?
It's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, but then he'll take his shirt off.
And then he'll get
He'll do the
He'll do the Richarlison. He'll do the Richarlison.
I was screwed anyway. And you know what? The goal will be disallowed by VAR. By the way, that is something I'd like to talk about. Okay, VAR.
We'll get onto it.
One thing I'd like to
We'll get onto it.
if you score a last-minute goal, okay, and take your shirt off, second yellow,
Yes.
or one yellow, but the goal gets disallowed, do you think your yellow card should then be taken away?
No, because you've taken your shirt off.
Yeah.
And that's a yellow card
Yeah,
offence.
but you've only taken your shirt off because of the celebration. Because
But you play to the whistle, Ryan.
yeah, the whistle stopped because the goal's gone in.
So it's like if you found
No, but it's 2 whistles to end the game. It's not just like 1 whistle. To end the game, you've got to whistle twice.
Yeah, but but if your referee's made a mistake and then taken away the goal because he made a mistake, the only reason he celebrated, took his shirt off, was because of the ref's mistake. So how can we keep the yellow card when the ref made a mistake and the reason he made a mistake is the reason
You're
he took his
talking
shirt
as
off?
a football fan. You're not talking from the perspective as the perspective from a referee.
And the rules.
The rules. He's going to say you took your shirt off. That's a yellow card offence. You're off.
Fuck the rules. I'd say to him, listen, you got the wrong decision again, mate. Yeah. Allow the goal to stand and I'll take the yellow card.
That's what they should do.
Yeah, so I wouldn't play Romero at Liverpool. He has to play against Forest.
We've got players that give 0 shits about Spurs. If we go down and just move on to another team, Forest have a few. They are. If Romero plays against Forest, he will get sent off twice.
The one thing I trust, in massive games, Romero has always stood up for us.
Not this season. Not this season.
But
Not this season.
Europa League final, Europa League semi-final.
That was last season.
Okay. West Ham at home this season, West Ham away, Burnley away. He's scored countless goals for us to save us. We'd be in the relegation zone without those last-minute draws.
Yeah,
Fulham,
but imagine,
Burnley.
Ryan, I'm sold. I'm sold.
Imagine where we
Romero
would
hat-trick
be.
on the weekend as well. I'm sold.
Imagine where we would be if Romero didn't get himself sent off, and we actually had if instead of having to play Paulinho at centre back,
Okay.
we played Romero and Van der Ven.
The games he's missed. Fulham, we were always going to lose. Arsenal, we were always going to lose.
Palace, we could have won against Palace.
Well, we went down to 10 men anyway with Van der Ven.
Well, because he's an idiot.
Okay, so and I don't think we were ever going to beat Palace anyway. What was the other game?
See, I think Fulham and Palace we beat if we have Romero.
No.
Is it twice or 3 times?
See, I don't think our defence is the issue. Our defence isn't the issue.
He's doubling down.
But that's actually not true. Have you actually looked at the stats? If you actually look at the stats, we can see more than we've.
It is the issue, but it's not the main issue because we've never had them fit or playing together for like more than 4 or 5 games in a row.
They never play 4 or 5 games in a row.
We actually, when you look back,
most of them have been by set pieces.
When you look back, we actually score.
I think we've got 20 goals from set pieces in the league this season,
which is funny because last year I think we got something like 3 the entire season. This is the problem with football, and I hate. I won't hide my disdain for football. I think football is so boring now. There isn't a single. There isn't a single team now that I say, apart from maybe Bayern Munich, they're a good team to watch. There's not a single team in the Premier League that's worth watching, in my opinion.
I remember seeing a study that like the dribbling and crossing has gone down significantly.
Yeah. Cheers, Martin.
From like the 1990s.
Whoa!
Tell you what, the last 15-20 minutes of that Wolves-Liverpool game was one of the best games I've watched. When
It was.
It was just end to end.
There isn't a single.
And Forest City was a really good game, even though we didn't want the outcome.
Can you
Towards the
name
end,
a
the
team?
clearances.
For the 52 people that are in this chat, can you name a team that's actually worth watching
Brighton.
in the Premier League?
Brighton.
Wolves right now.
Depends who you support, right? It depends who you support. Because if I didn't support Tottenham, I'd quite enjoy watching Tottenham.
Big up, Rodney. Big up, Auntie Kate is in the house as well. Good to see her in the house, miss. If you support the team, it is. I don't agree with you, Ben, but it certainly does ring genuinely. What do you mean? There isn't a single team that's worth watching that plays entertaining football but wins.
I think Chelsea are trying.
They're trying, but they've not. I don't think that
United are playing well.
No, United are playing awful but getting wins at the moment. There are only
I
two
think they
good
keep the
games.
ball well.
Carrick started well away at Arsenal, and then
I actually do agree with you. Bodo are a very good team to watch. Bayern are a good team to watch. In spells, Barcelona are a really good team to watch.
I think Barcelona focus too much on
giving the ball to Yamal. But he's a freak, that kid. He's a freak.
But Bodo beat Atletico, by the way.
They did. And Bodo couldn't beat us.
Bodo knocked out.
Telling you, we're winning, boys. 3-1 tonight. Romero hat-trick. I'm sold.
I tell you what, though. See, the only reason I'm not in Madrid is when I looked at the flights about an hour after the draw, there were 400 quid.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So it was just too much money to spend. So I'm
You're a fake fan, Ryan.
Fake fan.
That's all right. We aren't all on 60k a year. You can spend ridiculous amounts of money.
Carrick is having a new manager bounce. I think Carrick is already being found out. I think Carrick is they've dropped a lot. I think United.
Can anyone get me tickets to Norwich next season?
I'll get you a ticket. We can sit with me, mate. You get me a ticket. You get me a ticket for Norwich, and I'll get you a ticket for Spurs. We'll go together.
Yeah.
We'll go.
Watch both games.
We'll go. My fucking plumber. So no, we need a plumber because a rat's coming. Rats are coming in my house and keep on eating my plumbing. Bastards. Cunts. That's me demonetized. Oh well. There's a few clubs that have been playing good football. I think in Brighton, Bournemouth.
You can swear now.
No. We said it once. We'll be fine. Carrick is having a new manager, but I agree with you. I agree with you. United have hit a bit of they flatlined a bit. I think United will get top 4. And I think what they will do.
Who misses out? Villa, Chelsea, or Liverpool?
Chelsea.
Liverpool.
Chelsea.
Liverpool
Villa.
miss out.
Villa.
Wait, do you mean top 5?
Yeah, top 5. Villa miss out.
You got Bruno. Yes, I do. Hashtag.
They're struggling a bit, aren't they? The Villa are struggling a bit. But when we beat Liverpool this weekend, they'll be further down.
It's funny. Spurs could beat Villa. Villa are so patchy. They're either brilliant or they're dreadful.
And we're either dreadful or worse than dreadful.
Yes. Yes. But on the
thing that worries me with teams like Villa is they have got like a bit of flair and class, but they're all big units. They're all very, very strong. Midfield strong, defense strong. And we got people like fucking Tell who don't do anything. No-go Colo. Where's that guy come from?
Yeah. One Golo, you mean? One Golo.
That was the biggest
one goal Colo.
How Frankfurt managed to get 100 million out of PSG.
Unbelievable. He's not been the same player since the
miss in the World Cup final.
Yeah, it's not been the same player.
He did well at Juve. Got one
He did. At least
that's one place Emile Luca would be actually right if he did get a goal.
You're right, Angus. We might actually beat. Which one will we beat though?
Millwall.
Millwall might come up, bro. They're in such good form.
I don't think they'll come up. I think they'll lose it in the playoffs, and then they'll come up.
I can't wait for the championship breakdowns.
Question for Angus: does he actually want us to go down? Like I know, because I was talking to a guy. I was going to take out a new phone contract, and he was saying, like, "I'm an Arsenal fan." Blah 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 blah. I was generally talking to him, and I said, "Surely, if you look at the bigger picture, you don't want us to go down. It'd be fun for the banter, but you would get no North London derby every season." And he said, yeah, from that point of view, he would rather us stay up because it's the one game they look forward to. So, Angus, would you rather us go down to have that banter for a few weeks, or would you rather like have the North London derby still?
Manchester City will win the league next year if Spurs aren't in the league. That's 6 extra points they've got because they never get points against us. You might as well start the league. You might as well start the league with City having 6 points.
Unless they get promoted, I think.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we need to go down.
I can't accept it.
We need a proper reset. We need a reset.
I can't accept Spurs going down.
But that makes zero sense. That makes 0 sense. We need a complete reset. The owners are not going to sell while their big businesses have dropped $1 billion or $1.5 billion.
Yes.
So you're trusting them to go down, reset, and start investing back in the squad.
Yes, but then they keep losing money. And at the end of the day, as a business, if you keep losing money, eventually you've either got to change your ways or sell. So if we don't go,
Yeah,
back
but
up
that could be 4 or 5 years down the line in Championship.
Do you know?
That's fine. Villa were gone for
be
3
careful
years.
what you wish for, because do you know? I reckon if Spurs go down, the first thing they will do is they will sack Vinay. And do you know who's going to be the chairman again? Daniel Levy will be the chairman because he's the only person that can manage that fine. Because if we go down, we have to manage our finances. Daniel Levy will be the chairman. If we go down, Daniel Levy will be the chairman next year. They'll bring him back.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
But he will be back because he's the only person that will be able to manage the club financially.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
That is the first thing they will do. And he will say, you know what, I was right.
Bookmark this at 45 minutes, guys.
Bookmark it. Because he'll be the only person that can manage the finances of the football club. Because Vinay is clearly a wanker. Because he can't do it.
No, I'm not having that. We're not going down anyway.
Yeah, Somerville could be out for a few weeks. Are the stars finally aligning? Who do know? If you keep Vinay, Edu will be in. Oh, great. I'll bring Edu coming to Spurs. He's done great. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But we've got 40 minutes.
What do you make of Poch going out to watch the game tonight?
He's coming home.
He's coming home. I think even if Spurs get relegated, I think he'll be the manager next year. I think that's going to happen. I think they will have promised him the world and even more if they get relegated.
See, this is, I know it sounds stupid because we're so bad, but if he comes in, I just feel like we've got the perfect team for him. Romero, Van der Ven. No, not perfect, but I mean, there is no manager that would get more out of the players that we have. Gallagher, his captain. Someone like Polina, Xavi on the left, Madison, Kudos. We need a new striker, new left back.
That's not what I said, Cyril. That's not what I said. Daniel Levy still owns 30% of the football club.
No, he owns 30% of Enoch.
Which owns 100%, 90% of the football club.
86%.
Whatever. It's still a controlling stake. He owns a massive stake of a controlling stake of the football club. If they get relegated without him,
we lose
because they've sacked him, and Spurs have got relegated because they've not. He's going to be like, I own 30% of this business, and you have reduced the money that I own. You've reduced my money. He's got enough buying power.
I really couldn't care. We're in this position at the start because of what Daniel Levy.
Sure, I agree with you.
When we were at the top, yes, we weren't winning trophies, but we were fighting, and we had a team, of about 12 or 13 players. Now, we know how difficult it is to get. I mean, it's taken Arsenal 6 years to get a squad of 24, 25 top quality players that are happy to be rotated and everything like that. We had a squad. I'd say they, in our pomp, 16, 17, 17, 18, because I think we were slightly on the way. We can all agree we were slightly on the way down 18, 19, even though we reached the Champions League final. In our pomp, it was last year at the Lane, and I would say 16, 17 through to the end of 17, 18, when we came third, 17, 18, lost out to Juventus in the Champions League final, beat Man City, Man United in the FA Cup semi-final. Juventus one still hurts me to this day.
Yeah, we should have won that game.
We got done over by the old lady. Absolutely sucker punched.
Allegri showed how good of a tactician he was in that game.
And I always say, because he had Matuidi missed the first leg.
Yes, he did.
And he was back for the second leg. And
he was quality.
The 2 games that season, and probably the entire time, Moussa Dembele has not had a kick on the football pitch.
Yeah.
We're both at Wembley, and that was Paul Pogba FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah,
and Matuidi in the Champions League second leg.
He was very good in that.
Okay, but the change he made that game, he put Cuadrado right wing back.
Yeah, and he brought
on Lichtsteiner.
He put Lichtsteiner on, and he brought on the left winger, and he put Dybala in the centre. Yeah. Because Dybala was playing out on the left.
And he played a back three, and he played Dybala in behind just slightly behind Mandzukic. So he had the domination of he had the width with the wing backs. He had the 3 centre backs to protect Kane.
Yeah.
And he had us outnumbered in midfield because he had 4 in midfield. And it was a brilliant tactic from them. No one for it. At that point, 17, 18, we had our 11 plus, you could say, plus Trippier, which was 12. And to a certain extent, at that point, Ben Davis, 13, that you could say could swap with Danny Rose. Other than that, we had no strength in depth to rotate. The drop-off was so
We had
massive.
an amazing first 11, but our squad was shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay? And you think, even if and it didn't need 6-7 signings at a time. All it needed was even a refresh. Like, even at the time, if you had sold Kieran Trippier at that point to Atletico for 20 million, which is what we did.
Yeah.
And then we used that. And what we probably could have done is maybe brought in a right back from the academy to learn under Walker.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Selling Carl Walker for 50 million was one of the worst mistakes.
He wanted to go back up north. He was homesick.
Sure, but for 50 million.
Back then, 50 million for a pullback was probably the going rate.
No, but he was the best fullback on the planet.
Yeah. But
the planet.
Again, you weren't going to get more than 50. I reckon maybe 65.
We could have got 60 for a minimum 60, 70 for Carl Walker.
Okay.
But that's just picking over.
Boys, I've got to shoot now. I've got to go back to my work.
Cheers, Flower Power. Cheers, Flower Power.
Take care, boys.
Cheers.
Remember, we're winning tonight and we're staying up.
Big up to you, Flower Power.
A top quality centre mid to come in for Dembele, because Dembele was coming to the end.
Yeah.
Okay. And you could say a left winger to compete with Son.
Yeah.
Because Son could always overtake and play in the Harry Kane position when Harry Kane got injured.
No, I think Dani Alves was the best right back. But
not in 2018.
When at the tail end of Spurs, and for the first 5 years he was at Man City, he was the best fullback on the planet by far. No one was. He was untouchable. He was the best.
People talk about who's the left back at PSG, Miles? Nuno Mendes. People talk about Nuno Mendes being the best. Men's. People talk about him being the best left back on the planet right now. He's not fit to lace Carl Walker's boots.
Prime Carl Walker. Remember Carl Walker when he had his first season on loan at Villa? He was unbelievably good.
The signs.
You saw it because he was playing right back with no one in front of him, basically defending on his own, up and down, up and down, up and down. Take care. Everyone's saying goodbye. We haven't. Nope. What Dembele and Wanyama were quality.
Shame they were both at the end.
What do you mean? Carl Walker was untouchable in his pomp. He was untouchable. He was untouchable.
He had Mbappe in his pocket multiple times.
And
I don't think Mbappe scored against the Carl Walker team.
Worst of all, don't get me started on Luka Modric. I still think he's one of the best 5 midfielders of all time.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's top 3.
He's not. And I don't. Top 3 is a bit too much.
No, he's not. Modric, Xavi, Iniesta. Done.
We'll have this conversation off stream. I think Modric, he's certainly in the top 10 midfielders of all time, and
he's not 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The argument's top 3.
You think it's top 3 of all time?
Modric, Xavi, Iniesta.
Nuno Mendes is ridiculous. Carl Walker in his pomp. Well, no, I put Modric above Busquets. Personally,
different midfielders.
Different midfielders, but Modric can do defensively. He can do the Iniesta thing, and he can do all 3 of their jobs. He can do all 3 of their jobs.
Go look at Modric's assist versus Chelsea.
What, the outside of the boot? What? He's still doing it now. He's 40, and he's doing it at AC Milan. He's the best player on the pitch every single week.
Okay.
Remember, yes, bring back Bale.
Did you watch his video on?
Watch bits of it, yeah. Modric can do all 3 of it. Modric, Zidane was a freak, but as a midfielder,
again different. He was more of a 10, wasn't he?
Zidane was a 10. Modric was more of a 6 and 8, 6.
He wasn't a 6. He was just an 8.
We've had this conversation, but I disagree with you. I think Modric does both their jobs, and most importantly, Ryan. Xavi and Iniesta went to lower leagues later in their careers, whereas Modric is at 40 is still playing in one of the top 5 leagues.
Iniesta retired in China,
Japan, and Xavi went to Qatar.
Yeah.
Outside.
Who's the best midfielder in Premier League history? Oh, there's only
Kevin De Bruyne. End of story. Done.
Oh, that's a good question for the chat. It's a good question for the chat. Who's the best midfielder in Premier League history?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Because you got Kevin De Bruyne as one of them. Then you've got, of course, Henry. Not Henry.
And then normally just Gerrard.
Vieira, Roy Keane, Gerrard, Lampard.
It's De Bruyne, Lampard, Gerrard. Those are your top three.
Who did you say, right?
De Bruyne, Lampard, Gerrard in that order.
So I put Vieira above some of those guys.
Well, I don't think Vieira was in the league long enough.
He was.
How long was he?
99 to 04, 05. I think he left in 06, final year. 05, maybe the year before they left Highbury.
That's not that to me. But Modric has also completed football. If Modric was Spanish, instead of coming from Croatia,
he took Croatia to a World Cup final and a World Cup semi-final.
Yeah, he did.
That's basically completing football.
He shouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or, though.
No, he deserved it.
No, he shouldn't have.
He won the Champions League, got 25
goals. Scholes is another one. I love Scholes as a player. Yaya Toure.
No, Yaya Toure's not in the debate.
He's more in the streets won't forget category.
David Silva's another one, Leo. David Silva's top quality.
I love David Silva.
What a player. Who's a better player, Lampard or Bergkamp? Who's a better footballer? Bergkamp.
Bergkamp. Who do you want when the game gets tough? Probably Lampard.
Lampard was such a consistent player.
When the game gets tough, I'd rather take Gerrard.
Yes.
They're such different
Give me
footballers.
Lampard,
If I'm picking personally, I put Dennis Bergkamp. But Dennis Bergkamp's more of my second striker rather than my number 10. Because in that era, everyone played 4-4-2, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone played 4-4-2. Dembele. I wouldn't say Dembele is one of the best ever. He's one of the best Spurs players, though. Not
even ever.
One of the best Spurs players. I think Gerrard offers more. I think Vieira offered more than Dembele in terms of.
You've always got the question, and they had this debate on TalkSport. Great on the eye, but you never thought he was going to hurt you.
He dominated teams, though.
Yeah, but you never thought he was going to hurt you with a goal or.
I think if Modric was Spanish, he'd be the best midfielder of all time. The only reason I'm saying he hasn't is because he's never won that World Cup, but he's never won a Euros. But again, you can only attribute to that. He's come from a country where what's the population of Croatia?
350,000?
No, it's more than that. It's something like, I think it's like 5-6 million.
I reckon it's quite
I don't know, population of Croatia. Croatia. 3.87 million.
Not far off.
Fabregas is one of them. But I think Fabregas and his pomp was at Barcelona. Fabregas. Or at Chelsea.
He had the greatest assist, in my opinion. That one against Burnley, that fake shot into Shola.
No, the Tongan for Son's worldie against Burnley. That's the greatest assist of all time.
Dembele was such a good footballer to watch. Makelele, how could we forget Makelele? He had a position named N'Golo Conte. Loved N'Golo Conte.
But all these have different roles in midfield, so it's different. It's difficult. You have to split it into three, you know, the number 10s, the number 8s, and the number 6s.
But it's that's a new one. But we're saying midfielders because
in general, Kevin De Bruyne.
Jetson Fernandes.
I think I would say Fabregas was at his best in the Premier League at Chelsea. Yaya Toure was quality. Yaya Toure was a monster.
Yeah. The year where City won the league, 13-14, 20 goals from midfield.
He was sensational, that bloke. He was. De Bruyne is up there.
You want to talk about someone you couldn't get the ball off like Dembele, but someone that added goals to their game? Yaya Toure.
Ji-Sung Park. What? But he never played. He never got to play he always played in the Champions League games when they needed someone to do
man mark the game. Just man mark.
Yeah.
He did his job, and now exactly what you'd bite your hand off the stone like that right now.
And they have. Wolves had Vitinha in their team somehow. It's unbelievable.
Name a Portuguese player they didn't have in their team. Besides Ronaldo.
Correct.
When they joined the league, when they got promoted, they were about 9 in their starting 11.
100% big up Paul Stewart, my guy. Maradona, greatest midfielder of all time.
No.
Next is
Disgraceful.
I see. I take I put Maradona in a different position to midfield. This is the problem. He's so good. Him, Ronaldo, Messi, Maradona, Pele, and
George Best.
No, not George Best. But these players, they're almost like they're freaks. They're freaks.
Where would you put Gareth Bale in this conversation?
You think Bale's on the same level as Pele?
No.
I always say
Well,
this. By the way.
actually,
I always say this. Bale is closer to the Ronaldo, Messi,
Then-
Maradona debate than Neymar is to Gareth Bale.
It depends. If you asking me who I'd want in my team, I'd have Gareth Bale because he scores more goals. He did more. Neymar should have been better than Gareth Bale, but Gareth Bale was better.
In my opinion,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like
Which is what Gareth Bale.
Cruyff's another. Yeah,
Gareth
Platini, Cruyff. These players are freaks.
the Bale
Beckenbauer.
Neymar,
Beckenbauer as well.
Bale Neymar's kind of like the Jose Pep debate. I mean, because it's like, could Pep do what Mourinho did at Porto? Same way, could Neymar do for
Yeah.
Wales what Bale did
Yeah,
for Wales?
I agree.
I don't think Neymar could, and I don't think Pep could.
It's not disrespect on Neymar, but he ended his career by going to PSG.
Oh, yeah.
He ended his career by going to PSG.
Yeah, he wanted to get out the limelight of Messi because his
It's
idea was
crazy,
a
he's
successful
still
career
good.
was winning the Ballon d'Or, and he was never going to win the Ballon d'Or while being the sideshow to Messi.
Yeah.
He was never going to do it, so he had to make that move. But going to PSG was the worst move.
He should have gone to either a Bayern Munich. He should have gone to one of the
Bayern Munich, but they were never going to stump up the cash, or he should have come to the Premier League. City.
Bale was the best goal.
City or United would have paid 150.
Eusebio,
Let's
absolute.
not forget the Neymar transfer was ruined the transfer market.
Yes, it did.
I think Pogba did it.
No,
Pogba,
Pogba,
how good
90
he was at
million.
Juve.
he was sensational at Juventus.
Yeah, but was it?
His mistake was going back to He should never have gone back to Man United,
Hmm.
where there was already
With Jose there as well.
with Jose. It was
Two personalities were always going to clash.
Graham Souness.
yeah. I agree with you. No other team was going to pay 200 million for Neymar.
I think two Premier League clubs would have, City and United.
If it was worth it for them at the time.
Yeah,
You're telling me it wouldn't have been worth prime Neymar.
Sure.
I think they would have bumped out 120 to 150 for him.
Love Neymar as a footballer, but I think Bale did more in those.
In your opinion, is Bale closer to the conversation of Ronaldo and Messi? Than
Personally,
Neymar
for
was?
me, yes,
Bale won.
but not as Bale was not as talented as Neymar was. Neymar was a more talented footballer, but when push comes to shove,
Bale won Real Madrid 2 Champions League
on his own,
on his own.
on his own.
And a Copa del Rey.
And 2 of them in the same season. His
That
first
was a
season,
joke.
scored
Gareth Bale was a joke of a footballer.
That goal he scored against Liverpool, that overhead kick, was just
Me and him were watching that
ridiculous.
upstairs, and we were just screaming.
Yeah.
Against Mark Bartra, I believe it was.
Yeah. When he ran him off the pitch, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I disagree, but Suarez was top quality.
Neither. No.
Suarez was
Oh,
a top.
really?
He was absolute monster.
Yeah, we were linked with him.
And we got Louis Saha, didn't we?
Yeah, we got Luis Zaha instead.
I think we got it best.
No,
That was a total mare. Best centre forward I've ever seen is probably Thierry Henry, even though he's not necessarily a centre forward.
Harry Kane.
It's Thierry Henry was
More of an inside forward.
he was
He was
But
the one that started
he
inside
never
forward.
scored in finals, did he?
Thierry Henry was the best footballer to ever play in the Premier League.
He never scored in finals. That's my issue with him.
No, but-
towards Aguero.
But look at the goals he scored in the Premier League. R9 Ronaldo.
Kane. I'd still have
I don't. Here's the problem. I mean, we've just had this conversation on Savage Show, and I hate this conversation because for me, Thierry Henry is a much better footballer than Harry Kane. But who are you picking as a better goal scorer? It's Harry Kane. Harry Kane.
For more places than Henry.
Harry Kane's a better goal scorer, but Henry's a better footballer. That's how I separate
I
it.
think Kane's the better
The
footballer.
only
No,
thing
it's not.
Henry has on Kane is pace and dribbling.
I think Kane's the better footballer.
No,
You got shooting and passing on Kane's side, and you got
That's- that,
pace on
um,
Henry.
that's Messi, Suarez, Neymar over Bale, Benzema, Cristiano. It's
As footballers, you take him, but as a legacy, you take BBC.
How many Champions Leagues did Bale, Benzema, and Cristiano Ronaldo? They were ridiculous.
They won 5.
13, 14.
Benzema won the 6th, but then he
15,
left.
16, 16, 17, 17,
Rooney
18.
again. Rooney was a freak.
And then Ronaldo left.
Yeah,
Ronaldo left 16,
Yeah,
17, 18.
But then they still won the Champions League, didn't they?
I
After
think
he left,
yeah.
Benzema won 2
they
more.
did. They won the Champions
Oh
League.
yeah, they won 2 more after he
They
left.
beat Liverpool twice.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Rooney,
Ro-
And Dortmund.
Rooney is probably the
Once
most. And Rooney was a freak of a footballer.
Prime Rooney was when he was bold.
Romario. Kane can do some ridiculous things on a football. Yeah, they will.
Go.
Gareth Bale, when he put the afterburners on against Norwich and he just blitzed.
And he
No,
did
the best goal he scored was the goal against Man. That was his favourite goal, amazingly.
What?
The goal he scored when in the game that Supian scored, and he got the ball against
And he
Man
ran
United,
past
and he destroyed Rio Ferdinand.
Winning 1-0 in that goal
See,
against-
I love his goal. I
That
love,
we won 3-2, didn't we? We
Against
won
West Ham.
3-2. Yeah, and Dempsey scored the winner.
you see, my favourite Bale goal was the one he scored against Man City, where Lennon rolls the ball to him.
It's a
and
great
just
goal.
whips it from 25 yards.
Great
Well,
goal.
we lost 3-2
We lost 3-2 last
if we won that
Yeah.
game, we'd win the league.
I think the goal he scored when
West Ham.
we beat them 2-1 at the old White Hart Lane, and Bale did that cross on the outside,
3-1. We won 3-1.
and Jermaine Defoe was perfectly in the box.
Dempsey.
What a goal that
It
was!
Dempsey.
Was it Dempsey?
It's Dempsey.
Oh no,
4
Jermaine.
minutes later, Defoe
Defoe,
cut in
yeah.
on
Yeah, he
Company
did.
and bent into the far corner, and then Bale, Huddleston played through Bale and he dinked it over
Yeah.
Joe Hart, and we won 3-1. We scored 3 goals in 7 minutes.
Kane scored some
Overrated.
ridiculous goals at Angus. He scored some ridiculous goals.
I saw his one against Palace during the lockdown the other day.
Yeah.
The one from the edge, and it's bending away, and he's going like that, and it goes into the top corner.
Kane is another player who could probably play as a 6 and 8 and top class.
He's definitely got the Wayne Rooney in him when his legs finally give out more.
He'll go into midfield, yeah.
And he'll be brilliant.
But he doesn't need, like Glenn Hoddle, he doesn't need legs because his speed is in his brain.
The thing as well is, when he's gone through a goal, how many times can you remember like someone like tracking him
Yeah.
down and getting it? That's the thing as well.
The goal he scored against Stoke, the Bale goal against Stoke, that was a joke. When it's in the air and he
The
volleys
volleys,
it,
yeah.
that was a joke. What a goal that was! I used to love Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey shouldn't have been sold by Spurs. He was such a
We got
useful
10
player.
million for him.
He was such a useful player for Spurs.
Just said about Frank.
Yeah, I know this was yesterday.
Oh, they just came out.
Yeah.
now.
Max Tell said this about Thomas Frank. I disagree with Thomas on my role within the team, and he didn't like me for it. He didn't look to try and fix things. I was confused why I was on the bench a lot. I
Because
felt
he's
like-
crap. That's
He's been
why.
our best player the last few days.
We haven't played in the last few days.
I want Bayern in the final. I don't think anyone wants Harry. If
I don't think you'll get to the final. I think Barca will do you.
I think the only team that's going to beat Arsenal this year is a team that's got a freak in it, and that only leaves 2 teams for me: Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
Kane
On
and
his
Yamal
day, Lamine Yamal
can rip aside apart.
is godlike when he wants to.
Lamine Yamal versus Lewis Skelly.
Is what Arsenal fans think Saka is.
Yes.
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 He is ridiculous, that boy. He is ridiculous. They are dreadful defensively, but going forward,
I just think when push comes to shove, I think by the semi-final you've got to have this title wrapped up.
they do. I agree with you.
Otherwise,
A couple of years ago, they were in the same position as City and they bottled it.
But
I mean, you got to have the title wrapped up by early May, and I don't think you will.
I think they will. I think
they've
I
got-
can't see them bottling it now.
What's the gap? 4?
Is it 4 points?
I think it's 4 if City win the game in
I
hand.
think isn't it 6 points?
It's 7, but City have a game in hand, so I'm saying it's 4.
Okay.
And then they need to go, and then if they go to beat Arsenal,
It's 1 point, which means one drop point is game over. So I'm looking
Well,
at.
Pep-
I know it's 7, but I'm counting that they win their game in hand, so it's 4. So you've
But I
got to
mean-
go to the Etihad and win. If you go to the Etihad and win, it's game over.
If they might as well bring the trophy out on the pitch.
Yeah.
They might as well do
Okay.
it.
Then you'll be 10 clear with a game in hand.
Okay, so it's 7 points again. 7 points means you got to drop points in 3 games. It ain't going to happen. Okay? So
I mean,
if you win at the Etihad at end of April, then you can focus on the Champions League because I don't see you dropping 3 with 8 games, 6 games to go. You ain't dropping in 3 games. So the title's done. And I think it's done yet. I still think you've got to go to the Etihad and win.
But it's definitely.
And you've got to go there and play for the win. If you go there and play for the draw like you did a few years back, it's going to bite you in the arse. Because
It's funny because we've not talked about Spurs. We've actually had a really good football conversation, and I quite like it.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather talk about football than talk about Spurs. I'm bored of talking about Spurs.
Okay, Punk or Roman, who's winning? Who do you think should win and who do you think will win?
Who should win is Punk.
Yeah.
Who will win is Roman.
No, I don't think
Dan
Roman will.
Houghton will win it.
Big ups to Danhausen, my guy. I love Danhausen. I absolutely love him.
WWE love making WWE all elite, don't they?
WWE have turned into Tottenham with the pricings.
Oh, they've done that years ago.
And the quality's there as well.
Bale was someone you could play as a striker because his bullshit. Yeah, he was quality. He was quality. It's going to
This
be.
year is not different. It's the exact same scenario where you're a couple of extra points clear, so you have to drop points in 2 games rather than 1. But when you lost the league to City by a point, you were only a point clear, and you played for the draw. You got the draw, and you all celebrated like mad, thinking you were going to win the league with about 7 games to go. And about 2 weeks later, you lost to Aston Villa at home, and that was the end.
Original Americano or the fake one? The original one.
It's funny how it's reversed because in Mexico, allegedly Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
it's obviously him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay. He is beloved. He is absolutely
They love him.
beloved.
Yeah.
I mean,
They love
we're
him.
talking prime Stone Cold era loved.
They love
okay?
him. They love
Like
him.
that much.
so over.
Whereas in WWE in America, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
It's such a brilliantly.
And he's done pretty.
Brilliant
How does
character.
a German man posing as an American man, posing as a Mexican man work?
It just does it.
They've got history of composing, haven't they?
It's such a brilliant character.
And what
He's playing.
I wish they on Unreal they actually explained to us how they came up with the idea of Ludwig Kaiser, allegedly Ludwig Kaiser.
I like that. He's great. When Bale destroyed Michael, he was probably the most physical right back in the. He destroyed
He couldn't
him.
defend. But Bale said this on the show on the overlap. He said he couldn't defend. He just said I can just knock the ball past him and run. He was a good attacking fullback, but he was an awful defensive fullback.
But that's what they had because they played 3 at the back with Lucio, Zanetti, and who was the third one? Who was the third guy in that back 3? It was
not back then. Maybe under Mourinho they played back 3, but it was Rafa.
no under Mourinho they played a back 4.
Yeah.
Was it a back 4? No, they played a back 4.
Zambrotta.
No, it was Zanetti. They did play a back 4. It was Maicon at right back, Lucio, Zanetti at left back, and I can't remember who. Oh, Walter Samuel. That was the one.
Zambrotta.
If we win the league
Have you got
cup,
a can of Coke?
no,
Ah, I thought you were selling cans of Coke now.
no, I don't. That was my. We're gonna have to go at Sainsbury's
Sponsorship
because I've
of
got
Coca-Cola.
this new doohickey which I've got.
Coca-Cola, if you're watching,
Yeah,
sponsorship.
sponsor me. I drink enough of the stuff. I bought a new portable dishwasher.
It's quite small.
Yeah,
What are you saying? This will go in?
no, not that. Cloths.
Oh, okay. It's a dish.
Did I say dish?
Yeah.
Whoops! It's a washing machine, so I put my cloths in there. So I'm going to give it a go. Samuel was good.
I think you've got to win the League Cup.
They've got to because that will
Mentality.
that will then spur them on.
Mourinho used to use the League Cup as a catapult. Pep Guardiola done it. So you need to win the League Cup.
Tyler Bates.
By the way, that's on the same week. That's next weekend.
It is.
So that's massive. It's going to be a great day. I think who do West Ham play that day? Is it Burnley? West Ham play the
Possibly.
same day as us. We play Forest. And I think who do West Ham play? No, 'cause it's City Arsenal in the cup final.
Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne have been brilliant in their roles. They crack me out. Look, Pete Dunne has been very much underused, but if you can't.
Okay, so the
Is it
early game,
Wolves?
the 12 o'clock game is Newcastle Sunderland.
Yeah,
and then you got two. West Ham go to Villa.
Okay.
Okay, same time we host Forest, and then the 4:30 game is the Carabao
So
Cup
we're
final.
all wearing claret for Aston Villa. We're all supporting Aston Villa that day. We play the Sunday. You play
I know
the
you've got an
Saturday.
unbelievable run of fixtures. For anyone that doesn't know, let me give you Wolves' run of fixtures. Okay, first of all, let's get the league table up to see how many points adrift you are. Okay, because I'm not saying you will get out of it, but you do have. Okay, you are 12 points adrift. Okay, so it's gonna be very difficult, but not impossible. We've seen
Big
it
up,
before.
Ryan. You can wear blue and white. You can wear Spurs colours. 12. He says 12 points
Yeah.
adrift.
It's going to be tough, but I don't think it's impossible. You've probably got a 2% chance.
The greatest
But
game.
This is their run of fixtures to the end of the season, okay? They've got Brentford away Monday night. Then they go away to West Ham, away to Leeds,
I'm so wearing a gold shirt. when
at
they play
home to
West Ham.
Spurs, at home to Sunderland, away to Brighton, at home to Fulham,
They could do
and
it.
then away to Burnley.
They could do, if the results go their way, they could do it. If results go their way,
They have got, I'd say, a 5% chance of staying
yeah, they got 5%.
with that fixture running.
I'm just glad to be above Derby's 11 points. Big up to you. Let's have a look at it.
Angus, I know it doesn't matter how you play, it's about winning, but I get that. However, if you look at every single side
I
that's
think
won the league, if you look at
I thought Wolves were actually second bottom. They're actually bottom.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's no
But
chance.
if you look at
There's no
sides,
chance.
I give it 5%. But if you look at sides that have won the league, they've always gone to their title
That-
rivals.
for Wolves,
They've always gone to their title rivals and won there.
for Wolves to stay up, they have to win every single game. Every single game.
That's eight points times 8 games times 3 is 24 points. I think if they can get,
They have to win. Literally, have to win every game.
I think if you can get 20 points, you might stay up. Another 20.
That's if the results go their way.
Go look at Leicester. They went to us and City. You look at Mourinho's side. They always went to Man United and won. Carlo Ancelotti's Chelsea. They went to Man United and won. Pep Guardiola. You look at Liverpool last year. They went to Man City and won. You've got to go to your title rivals and put that statement
I
down.
agree. I agree.
Okay, it's basically you're not here to take part anymore. You're here to take over, and you need to do it. You need to get that mentality shift of, because it's Man City away. You have to go there and play them off the park and win the game.
Yeah. They can't do what Arsenal have done in recent years and turn up and expecting and playing for a draw.
You have
They've
to go
got
there
to win. They've got to win that game.
Okay.
But
It's
saying
another
that,
it's another level
for
to.
saying that,
to take it
it is in the news. We won't talk about it because it's not. There is a certain Manchester City player that's in a lot of trouble at the moment because of his off the pitch activities.
Rodri. Yeah, I don't think he'll get in trouble for that. He's already had his fine, obviously, for the. You're talking about the.
Allegedly, well, it's not alleged.
Yeah,
He did it. It's not alleged. He did
He won't
it.
get anything.
He did it.
He'll just pay a shit ton of money, and that'll be it.
But you never know.
No.
You never know.
No, I don't think you will.
Fined but no suspension.
I don't think you will take over. I think City go to a different level next year, and they just spend a ton more.
Or they go, or they
go
get,
down.
or they get relegated. But saying that, you
I got
never
an
know.
idea. All I'm saying is I think Spurs are trying to recreate Leicester, have the great escape, and then use that momentum to win the league next year. How about that?
No, it's not happening. We've got 5 minutes to go, everyone. Great stuff about the longer stream. Thank you to everyone for spending this entire time with us. It's been a lot of fun.
If you don't win the league or the Champions League, do you sack Arteta?
They'll win one of them.
But if they don't,
If they don't win, if they only win the League Cup, because I think they will probably win the League Cup.
would you sack him?
It's almost because there is
Sack him, losing the Champions League final, lose the Premier League on goal difference, and losing the final of the FA Cup. Would you sack him?
I think you've got to say yes, don't you? Because there's Luis Enrique who's out of the job, and I still think that Luis Enrique will be the Man United manager next
He
year.
left PSG.
He's leaving PSG this season, and if you can get Luis Enrique as your manager,
You think you dominate football with that squad?
especially if they're bringing in Tonali as well, because apparently they're going to bring.
Yeah,
in,
they wanted Tonali in.
They
January.
want that if you've got a midfield, if you're
Zuba, Mendy, Rice, and Tonali.
yeah,
Who's the one that plays the 10 there, or the one that's?
Well, you've
third
still
forward?
got Erdegaard and you've still got Saka and you've still got.
So you've got options in the 6s and 8s.
Yeah, I agree.
7 years spent, 1.3 billion. If you can't win the league, then you should be sacked.
That is what they've got to do.
Okay.
I still personally think that Luis Enrique will be the Man United manager next season. Personally, that's what I think.
Lloris or Raya? We're going prime Spurs versus his current Arsenal. Lloris or Raya?
Lloris.
I think he'll say Raya.
Of course he will. Not if we're going to travel to Bermondsey to play in Millwall. Big up.
I think he genuinely. I think only 3 Arsenal players get in.
In that prime Spurs team?
Yeah.
No.
How many do you think get in? Okay. Who's your left back for you? Genuinely, is it Calafiori or would you say Lewis Skelly?
Or Hincapié.
Who would you got the choice of one of those 3?
Saka over Ali.
Oh, Ali's in the 10. I'd say Saka or Ericsson, and I'm taking Ericsson. Prime Ericsson is.
I'm taking Prime Ericsson over
current Saka.
I'm taking Prime Ericsson over
Would you take Prime Ali over Odegaard? Yes. Yes. Prime Ali over Odegaard.
No, but Rice or Dembele. No, it's Rice or Wanyama at that rate. It's what Rice or Wanyama.
I would lean towards Dembele at that point because we're talking about the prime. As I said, I think there's only 2 games in that 4-year period where we got ran out of, and that was Matuidi and that was Pogba.
Oh, I disagree. Gabriel, I'd also compare to Alderweireld and not Vertonghen.
I would have Saliba over I would have Saliba over Vertonghen, and I would take Alderweireld over Gabriel. I've always rated Alderweireld higher than Vertonghen. That's just my opinion.
See, I'm the opposite. I would take Gabriel over. I would take Alderweireld over. I would take Gabriel over Alderweireld, but I'll pick Vertonghen over Saliba. I'm the opposite.
Okay. I'm taking Walker over any right back you've got.
Yeah, I'm taking Walker.
I'm taking Danny Rose over any left back you've got.
Prime Danny Rose, yep. Raya, see, I think Lloris. I would say Prime Lloris.
Prime Lloris.
I'd say Prime Lloris.
Prime Lloris. Just. I'm taking. I'll tell you what. I'll give you Rice, but then you've got to give me Dembele over Zubamendi.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I'd take Rice over Wanyama, and I'm picking Dembele over Zubimendi.
Yep, and then the front four Spurs.
He's nowhere near as good as Prime. And Timber's great. Timber's a really good fullback. He's not as good as
Prime Kyle Walker.
Prime Kyle Walker was something else.
We conceded. I think we conceded 16, 17. Take a guess how many goals we conceded in the league that year. Just take a round guess how many goals.
Kane over Gyökeres. That's a non-starter. Yeah. I'm not taking Hincapié over Prime Rose personally.
In our last year
as a left back, no.
In our last year at the Lane, take a guess how many goals we conceded.
I think it was like 25, wasn't it? Timber's a good player. I was 39.
No, because that's not the right season. 16, 17.
I was almost right. We
conceded 26 goals that season. We scored the most goals with 86 and we conceded 26. We had the best goal difference.
If we just had 4 more players, we would have won everything. Maybe not the Champions League, though. Oh, 100% your subs. 100% your subs.
Only one I could potentially take is if we do a combined bench is Kieran Trippier.
That's the only one we get. Yeah. We had the best defence in Europe that season, yeah.
And the best attack.
Zubimendi or Wanyama. So I'm picking Rice and Wanyama as my combined midfield.
Rice and Dembele, you mean?
Rice and Dembele. My brain's tired. I've got to end the show. My brain's tired, yeah. Right. I've said it for years. I think Rice is the best midfielder in Europe at the moment. Ryan's going to say, no, it's Vitinha. And Vitinha...
No, I don't.
I love
I think
Vitinha.
it's Conor Gallagher.
And on that note, everyone, we're going to end the show there because we're all getting tired. We'll be back tomorrow for another episode of the Kauffie Company. Let's do our shitty predictions for tonight. Miles, who's winning? What's the score tonight?
3-1 Atletico.
3-1 Atletico.
2-2.
2-2. Desmond, I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs because they're just going to piss me off.
And then we're all going to want to go to the second leg to watch us lose 3-0.
Yeah, indeed. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all for watching the extra long show. And what's your catchphrase?
He's gone now. Levy out.
Levy gone.
Support the team, not the regime.
Support the team, not the regime. And as always, what's your... I know you can't say your catchphrase. It's probably get us cancelled. If in doubt, kick him out. And as always...
Oh, we are in doubt with it now, so kick him out.
Yeah.
Kick him out. And as always, everyone, if you smell what the cough is brewing, thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm